Welcome to everyone, and thank you for attending this evening. Our meetings are open to everyone, and if you know anyone who is interested in genealogy, please let them know about us. We often have speakers who talk about topics of general interest to all. So this is our agenda for today. We're going to do a few announcements and reports. Then we'll do our main presentation, and I'll finish up with a bit of news and some upcoming meetings. So check out our website about the last week of each month to learn the details of our next meeting. We have a special one I'll be telling you about as well. So our meetings usually take place on the first Tuesday of each month, except July and August at 7:30 p.m. And I'd just like to point out, I've got a red arrow pointing to our Durham Region cemetery maps. And that's because Anne DeLong and I are in the process of refining the maps and the cemeteries and adding links to the maps on the Google, the pins on the Google map to take you to Anne's special pages that she created with pictures of the cemeteries. So it's a work in progress, but it's getting pretty close to being done. This is what you see on the Google map. When you click on a pin, you get the information that I put into the description and the GPS and a link through to Anne's special pages. All of our transcriptions now are available for download on the Ontario Ancestors Marketplace. So no need to go hunting through our website. You just go to the Ontario Ancestors, OGS, whatever you want to call it, and look at their marketplace. Now, our members only section, we are still working on it. This is where you find it, here on the members only button. And this is also where tonight's presentation is going to be housed in a few days. And especially, we now have back issues of our quarterly newsletter available for our members to search. And speaking of kindred spirits, we'd like to get some articles from our members. We're in dire needs of articles for our next newsletter and probably the one after that. Anne's got a special request for us to ask. And we can always use transcriptions, methodologies, a family story, as long as it's Durham Region, a source or a website, as long as it relates to Durham Region. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, we always need volunteers. So here's a few hats that need some filling. If you have some time on your hands, please consider one of these positions. And now we're going to move on to our main presentation. Bob Dawes is going to talk about portable genealogy. You can take it with you. Bob is a retired technology industry executive who got turned on to genealogy in the early 90s. He enjoys combining technology and travel to research his family. Bob and his wife Barbara, also an avid genealogist, have traveled throughout North America and the United Kingdom in pursuit of their ancestors. I've even met them in Salt Lake City. I'll tell you, they're real conference junkies too. Their most recent trip was to Scotland for 35 days last fall, where they filled in for the staff at the Buchan Family History Center. I hope I said that right, Bob.
Yep, that's right.
Which is in Peterhead, and they filled in for a week. Bob is the past chair of Quinte branch of the Ontario Ancestors And he's given many presentations to branches and at conferences. And he is one of our favorite presenters. And at this point, I'm going to take my sharing away and let Bob bring his up. Okay, so just wanted to share the branch Sig Meetings. Our webmaster, Kim, keeps extremely busy. In fact, I don't know when she has a life. She's hosting all these branch meetings right through April into May. The next OGS webinar is actually after our May meeting, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. Finding Your Ancestors on the Map with Richard Ruggles. And registration for the Ontario Ancestors Conference opened on April the 1st. This is what the website looks like, and it's at conference.ogs.on.ca. There's a special event that's a slight extra cost. I think it's only $25, where Ancestry is hosting a day of speakers. They've got 14 half-hour and 1-hour sessions covering a whole variety of topics and a whole bunch of experts from Ancestry. Immediately following on the Friday night at 7 p.m., you want to click on this button here. Janice Nickerson is giving the keynote opening session. And then on Saturday and Sunday, this is where you'll look at the schedule. And there's 2 concurrent sessions, 2 concurrent streams, and they've got many, many well-known speakers. There are events in the evenings, Monday through Wednesday before the conference, including our branch meeting on Tuesday night. So don't forget us. You know, you may want to see us and not the conference presentation. And the Thursday just before the conference is the June Ontario Ancestors regular webinar, and you can sign up for that for free separately. Now, I want to give a big shout out about this very special joint meeting we're having with the Uxbridge Genealogy Group. It's in 9 days, Thursday, April 15th at 7 p.m., which is when they usually have their meeting. It is the beginner's session for researching your East European ancestors, and the speaker is Eva Kujawa, who is a member of the Eastern Europe SIG, Special Interest Group of Ontario Ancestors. So the link to join, it's not a registration, it's a straight link in. It's up on our blog already, and it will probably come up on the website hopefully tomorrow. And I want you to note that there's only 100 seats for this presentation, and it's on a first come, first served basis. And Eva's covering a historical overview of Eastern Europe, the impacts of the various cultures, the research resources and how to find them, how to plan your research and address challenges, and many other topics. The very end, her handout has a totally large, I've seen the handout, it's like 2 to 3 pages of websites. And I think you'll find that really interesting, especially if you've got Eastern European ancestors. Now, our DNA SIG meeting is April 21st. That's a Wednesday night. We don't advertise it by Zoom because we often show our personal dashboards, which invades other people's privacy. So you must email me at one of these 2 email addresses if you wish to join the private group. Our May meeting is Janice Nickerson, Tracing 20th Century Ontarians, and that will be interesting. And I mentioned our June meeting, is the first Tuesday, the 1st of June. And we're going to have Thomas McKenty. He's going to talk about successful collateral and cluster searching. We're going to host in September at our regular meeting the intermediate session of Eva's 2 talks on Eastern European research. It's a special earlier meeting time because Eva's in England. Unfortunately, our office in the library is still closed, but don't forget our research team is still available to work on your Durham region problems. Just send your emails to durham@ogs.on.ca. This is all the ways you can contact us. You can go to our website. You can email us. We have a Facebook group. And this is the actual address of the blog. I want to finish up by giving a special thank you to Bob Dawes for an excellent presentation. A grateful thank you to Colleen Labbe, who started our meeting tonight, and Kim Barnsdale, who came quickly in to give us an excellent tech support. And to recap, here's the next 2 meetings: the special meeting on Thursday, the 15th of April, and our usual meeting on the 4th of May. And I would like to thank all of you who attended, and I hope you have a great night. Thank you, everybody.